Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be making some fresh flour tortillas. These are highly requested, so that's why I jumped on right quick, because I'm going to get these ready for our dinner for later with some beans and some picadillo and some fideo. But there's nothing like a good old homemade tortilla right off the grill, and I wanted to share this with you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. The traditional way is just dumping the flour in a bowl and mixing it up with your hands with some salt and stuff. But I like to sift it, just makes it quicker. So we have here 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Half a teaspoon baking powder. No baking soda, guys. It's baking powder. And I'm gonna go with almost a teaspoon, not quite leveled, probably 3/4 maybe or so. And if you want to double this batch, just double everything. And I'm just going to sift this through. Makes it quick. See there how quick that was? Alright, next I'm going to be adding, now it's your choice. You can add whatever you prefer. I just believe the lard makes a better flour tortilla. So, I mean, you can use shortening Crisco or your store brand shortenings, vegetable shortenings, or there's so many ways, you know, people make these, with milk, with water, with oil, with shortening, with lard. But this is the way I found I like them. I've been making them like this for years. I'll use the shortening, then I'll switch off, and then I'll do the lard. So next I'm just going to mix this up. Get this all mixed up, coarse crumbs, clean hands. But while I'm doing this, I'm gonna check my water back there. You really want some really warm water in here. The warmer you can stand it, the better. So let me get this mixed up just to coarse crumbs here, guys. Alright, I got that all mixed up. Now, on the water, I can't give precise measurements because, for one, I mean, I don't really measure. I never have on any of this, but I did prior to the video, so I can give you guys more or less a range where I'm at here. You're just going to start out with, see, this is some hot water. Start out with maybe a half a cup of water, depending on how dry your flour is, how old it is. It's going to depend on or determine how much water you're going to need here. So just add it slowly. Get a little well at the bottom of your bowl. This water's hot. You can see that steam coming from there, I'm sure. But use your spoon if you're not used to the hot water. I'm used to this. I've been making these since I was 9, I believe. 9 or 10. A lot of years. And I'm 50 now. So I've been making these for a while. And when we moved from New York to Texas, we had some neighbors down the street, and she inspired me, Miss Cruz, and she made the best tortillas, but I never got a recipe, but I'd love to sit and watch her make these. But like I said, start out with a half a cup, and it's going to determine how dry your flour is, or determine how much water you're going to use. But you're looking for a soft dough. Don't just start mixing it all in, because you'll end up with a hard piece of dough. So slightly, see here, slightly, I'm tossing the flour in. See there, guys? I'm just grabbing me a little scoop and bringing it in. Now the dough's starting to feel just perfect. You want it a little bit sticky. So I will need a little bit more water, just a little. And just kind of mix that in there. And once you get the hang of this, you'll basically know. And you're going to need this for probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Work those glutens in there, stretching those. It helps the texture of your dough. But I'm going to sit here and knead this. Let me get this out of the way. You're going to need this 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, it just depends on what texture of tortilla you're looking for. If you're looking for something that's really, really chewy, knead it more. But I don't like them really, really chewy. I just knead it until it's smooth and a little elastic. But let me get this kneaded up, you guys, and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, I have that all kneaded. I've kneaded it 2 to 3 minutes. It's nice and soft, pliable dough. It's very soft. You're going to be rolling this. So I usually get between 9 and 10 out of a single. Here, I usually make a double batch. But I went for a single today, so just double this if you'd like. But you're going to let this rest. Now, this is important, because you need to let this dough rest. It's part of your texture, and you're rolling on this. So let this rest. Put it in a bowl with a top on it, or I just put mine in a little plastic baggie. A lot of people will let this rest 15-20 minutes tops. I do not do that. I don't recommend it, because I have noticed the difference, and I like to let mine set an hour, maybe even 2 hours sometimes, because you just get a better tortilla that way. I've noticed you get the nice big brown spots on them. But let it set for at least an hour, you guys, before you use it, because it does make a difference. So we'll let this set, and we'll get them started here in a bit. Alright, my dough's been setting now for a little over an hour. The next step is you're going to make some little, like I said, I get between 9 and 10 tortillas. And then dip it, just coat it in a little flour. Your dough should at this point be really soft. It's really soft. And you're just going to take this and fold it under up on itself there, and just make little balls out of them like that. And then this is another important step. Once you have done that and your dough has set, you're gonna let this set again, because now these little balls need to relax. Because I know a lot of you are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. When you roll out your tortilla dough and it springs back on you, it's like it just comes right back, and you're rolling and rolling. That's why, because you haven't let that relax. Those glutens in there have to relax. But I'm gonna, now this, when I do this here, I'm gonna let this set a good probably half hour or so, part of the resting. That's why I said even 2 hours sometimes. It makes a world of difference on texture of your tortilla. But I'm gonna get these little balls all made up here. Like I said, just roll it up under itself, or you know, some people just. Alright, my dough's been resting now for a half hour, so I'm gonna get one of these little dough balls out. I'm gonna dip it in just a little bit of flour, just a little bit of flour. And if it starts sticking here once you start rolling it, just dip it in a little bit more flour. It makes it easier, because the dough is really soft. But I have a little plate here where you can just kind of toss it in there. But we're just going to roll this out, and you can roll this to however thick or thin you want it. I don't like mine. See there, when you roll it out, it doesn't spring back on you. See there, it stays. And that's what you want. But oh, I don't even know if can y'all see that? There you go. Just like that. And you can roll that however thick or thin you want it. We like ours in between, but I'm going to get these rolled out, and I'm going to move this camera over here so y'all can see what I'm cooking them on. I don't have my son here helping me, so hang on just a second. Alright, I have a skillet here, if y'all can see that. Cast iron. You can use a comal or whatever you want to use. And I preheated this. For a good 10 minutes. But that's what you want to see, that tortilla there bubbling up. You're going to cook it maybe 15-20 seconds per side. Just make sure your grill's not too hot, because you'll burn them. But I preheated mine 10 minutes or so. Mine's an electric stove. I usually cook it at 5.5. See how nice that's bubbling up there? And let that cook there and do its thing, and then we'll flip it over. And I like to spread mine. Let me get this flipped here for y'all. See, this is the first one always cooks kind of dark because the grill's real hot, but once you keep cooking them, you'll get them on the other side. I'm sure we'll get the nice big brown spots on it. See there? But there ain't nothing like a fresh tortilla. But I'll get a couple of these cooked up here, and I like to spread them out on a paper towel, let them cool a little bit, and then stack them. Because if you stick them when they're, see there guys, how nice those are? And this one's done. And they're, ooh, that's hot. Real soft. They're very soft, pliable. See there? Nice and soft. These are really good tortillas, you guys. But let me get a few more cooked and be back, y'all. Alright, I wasn't sure a while ago if you guys could see how that's done. Just start in the middle, bring it back. See how that stays? It doesn't spring back because I allowed that dough to rest there. And just dip it in a little bit of flour. So you have a little bit of flour from the middle, out, out. And then just flip it. Do the same thing. Don't get frustrated. And depending on how thick you want it. And that's good with me. See there? You have a perfectly round flour tortilla, homemade from scratch. Nothing better than those. Okay, so we're going to get these cooked up, guys, and stacked, and we'll be back with the finished product. See there, guys? How pretty those are cooking up. Just wanted to show you all what they look like. Hot. Alright, got them all done. I made some more a while ago before I came back, because that what I had made wasn't going to be enough. So, but I wanted y'all to see how nice and soft these are. They're very soft, very pliable. See there? And they don't crack when you fold them. It's just a nice, soft tortilla with some butter on them. But we're going to have some picadillo with that, and some beans and some fidel. But y'all go ahead and make you a batch up. Let me know what y'all think, and like and subscribe, please. And till next time, we'll see y'all later. And I sure hope you enjoy and have yourself a beautiful evening.